How do you practice the pentatonic scale? You never hear Eric Clapton, Billy Gibbons, Jimmy Page play this. What you hear is them creating phrases within that scale. In this lead guitar quick tip lesson, I'm going to show you some ways to create simple phrases within that scale like the pros do. Let's get right to it. So we're going to use the A minor pentatonic scale. Great guitar players just create phrases within that scale. Sometimes only using a few notes, but just really saying something. A great way to start doing that is start in the middle of the scale. The root note here in the middle of the scale is this A note in the 7th fret of the D string. So if we hit that root note, then 5 on the G string and full bend on 7 of the G. That's a great Jimmy Page style. Full bend again on 7 of the G. Then barring on the B and E strings in the 5th fret. Then back down to B on 5. Full bend on 8 on the B, and then hitting 8 on the E string. But you put that together, how about a couple Eric Clapton style licks? So hitting a 5 on that B string, 2 hits there and a full bend again on 8. Then 5 to 8 on the B. Then hammer on and pull off 5 to 8. Hitting 7 on the G string. Then take the next step of that lick, pulling off from 7 to 5 on the G. Then back to that root note on 7 of the D string. Then 7 on the G, 7 on the D string, 5 on the G, and then back to that root note. All together slow. When you combine just a few things I just showed you, adding a full bend on 8 of the E string, release, hitting 8, and we can just run right back down the scale. 7, 5 on the D, 7, 5 on the A string, and then 8, 5 on the E string. Hammering onto that root note. As you noticed, I was really getting back to home base here with all of these licks. And if you know this scale and other parts of the fretboard, you can just really let loose. It's still, for me, it's always looking at the root note, home base, building the phrases around that. 14 on the G string is another A note, and the same with this 10th fret of the B string, A. There's pentatonic positions right here, but I don't look at positions. I'm looking at building these pentatonic phrases from the home bass root note. Right back to the root note. And if you're just learning how to do this, find that root note in a couple places of the fretboard and just do a simple phrase. Building off of that root note. Just doing those, just what I just showed you in the octave. So many ways to practice the A minor pentatonic scale. If you know this scale at all, stop practicing it like this. When you start to solo over backing track, that's what it's going to sound like. But if you can grab a little bit of these phrases, I hope you got something out of this quick tip lesson. Thanks so much always for hanging out with me, and let's talk soon.